I never thought my own blood could cut so deep. But there I was, standing in the dusty driveway of my parents' ranch in Sedona, Arizona, watching the red rock formations glow under the holiday lights they'd strung up haphazardly. The air smelled of sagebrush and pine from the artificial tree inside, a far cry from the snowy Christmases I'd imagined as a kid. At 38, I'd carved out a solid life as a senior financial advisor in Seattle, Washington, far enough from the Southwest heat to breathe easy. My husband, Alex, was a professor whose lectures on environmental science actually inspired people. And our daughter, Lily, at 6, had a giggle that could melt the hardest heart. But that Christmas Eve, as the sun dipped behind the canyons, I realized some family ties are just illusions we cling to, no matter the cost. The porch light flickered weakly, not the welcoming beacon Mom used to keep on for arrivals. She'd done it for decades, ever since we moved to this arid corner of the West after Dad's job transfer from California. But tonight, the windows pulsed with colorful LED strands, and faint laughter drifted out. Lily bounced in her booster seat, clutching the handmade cactus ornaments she'd crafted in school. "Why isn't Nana waiting?" she asked, pressing her nose to the glass. "Probably stirring up her famous chili," I replied, though a knot twisted in my gut. Alex grabbed our duffels while I unbuckled Lily. No one rushed out to greet us. No curious peek through the blinds. We knocked twice before my sister, Megan, swung the door open in her faded denim dress, the one she'd worn to every holiday barbecue since college. "Hey," she muttered, like I was a delivery guy dropping off takeout. The house wrapped us in warmth, mesquite smoke from the fireplace, cinnamon from Mom's candles. The tree stood in its corner by the adobe wall, gifts stacked below. As I helped Lily shrug off her jacket, I spotted the stockings on the mantel. Mom's, Dad's, Megan's, her husband Jake's. They're twins. None for us. "Emily's here," Megan announced to the room, flat as day-old soda. Mom glanced from the kitchen, barely nodding. Dad stayed, glued to the TV, some rodeo rerun blaring. The twins didn't look up from their new tablets. Only Jake gave a stiff wave. Dinner was set. Apparently. Alex and I crammed onto a rickety bench from the garage. Lily perched on my lap, no booster chair in sight, though they'd promised to dig it out. The good plates gleamed for them. We got the chipped, everyday ones. The holiday crackers circled the table, skipping our spots. "How was the flight?" Mom finally asked, serving portions to everyone else first. "Long, but worth it," I said, forcing a smile. The talk flowed around us, like a desert stream avoiding boulders. Megan rambled about her latest boutique venture in Phoenix, her third flop. Not that anyone mentioned it. The twins reenacted their school nativity play. Dad griped about the drought. No one asked about my big client win or Alex's grant for climate research. No one chatted with Lily, who sat quietly, wondering why Nana wasn't slipping her extra cookies like usual. Then gifts. "Time to see what Santa left," Mom chirped. Lily dashed ahead, then froze, circling the tree, teeny fingers flipping tags. "Mommy," she whispered, tugging my sleeve. "Santa missed us." The room hushed. Even the twins shifted uncomfortably. "No, honey," I soothed, my voice steady despite the tremor in my chest. "Santa visited our home in Seattle. Remember?" Dad set down his beer, standing for the first time. "We gotta talk about that." He didn't mute the TV. A bull's bellow cut the air. "You're not welcome here anymore." Blunt as a cactus spine. Alex rose, but I gripped his arm. "We've talked it over," Mom added from the doorway. "As a family, It's best if you make other plans for holidays. What? My words echoed hollow.
You know why, Megan snapped.
Always acting superior. Too good for Arizona dust. Too fancy with your Seattle life. Making us feel like dirt. I scanned their faces. These people I'd bailed out from foreclosure in '08. Wired money for Dad's truck repairs in '15. Covered Mom's hospital stay when insurance fell short. I saved this ranch, I murmured. Nobody twisted your arm, Dad grunted. You begged me, I countered softly. That's not how we recall it, Mom said. Lily started sniffling, silent tears streaking her cheeks. She got it. Nana and Papa didn't want us. I stood, cradling her. Alex fetched our coats. Fine, I said, smiling in a way that made Megan flinch. Then I'll claim the ranch. Dad barked a laugh. What? You heard. We headed out. Lily burying her face in my neck, Alex's hand firm on my back. At the door, I turned. Happy holidays. Enjoy it while it lasts. They chuckled. Mom's forced titter. Megan's eye roll. Dad back to his screen.
They shouldn't have laughed.
Outside, the desert night chilled fast. Stars pierced the sky like accusations. I strapped Lily in, kissed her brow. Sometimes folks reveal their true colors.
Sweetie.
Believe, and when they do. Driving away. I didn't glance back, but my mind tallied every wire transfer, every legal doc, every swallowed hurt. I'd kept this place afloat.
Now,
I'd reclaim it. The ranch wasn't just stucco and beams, it was my unseen labor. Though the family snapshots on the walls told another tale. In every photo, Megan's high school rodeo wins. Her wedding under the oaks. Her boutique openings, I hovered at the edges, like an extra in their movie. But my Seattle files held the real narrative, folders marked family finances, chronicling rescues they'd conveniently forgotten. 2008 hit first. The recession scorched the West like a wildfire. Dad's construction gigs dried up, Mom's gift shop shuttered. For months behind on the mortgage. Eviction looming. I was 28, fresh promoted. Alex and I saving for our own place. The call came at midnight. We're losing everything. $18,000 to catch up. We drained our savings, dipped into my retirement, swallowed the penalties. Family, right? Megan was crashing with them, figuring life out after quitting her second job. She jetted to Vegas that summer on emergency funds I'd replenished. I saw the statements when I reorganized their books. 2012, roof caved from monsoon damage. Insurance denied, neglect clause. $24,000 or condemnation. Megan's first boutique ate their nest egg. Just till it thrives, Mom vowed. With interest, it tanked in 9 months.
No repayment.
But 2015 crushed hardest. Mom's appendix burst. Complications racked up $45,000 post-insurance. Dad wept on the phone. Can't lose her.
Eminencia.
They'll dump her in county care. I sold stocks, took loans, clocked overtime, flew down 6 times on saved PTO meant for Lily's first vacation.
Megan?
Too stressed for hospital visits. Busy launching Boutique 2, financed by a home equity line on the ranch I'd saved twice. I kept every receipt. Email promise of payback. Holiday card praising blessings without naming me. Total, $132,000. Ignoring interest or loss chances, like the Seattle condo we skipped. The finance seminar I missed. Lily's early enrichment classes delayed. What stung most, I never lorded it. At barbecues, when neighbors praised the ranch's upkeep, I stayed mum. When Dad toasted Megan's hustle, I smiled. When they credited faith and grit for surviving storms, I swallowed blood from my bitten tongue. Love meant no ledger. I thought. Someday they'd value me. Lily should have bridged it. First grandkid. But from birth, it soured. Mom visited Seattle, critiquing my eco-friendly nursery, comparing to Megan's hypothetical style. Dad mailed a stuffed coyote.
Mega nada.
Visit since, tepid hugs. Overlooked birthdays. Lily watching her cousins get the affection she yearned for. Last summer's blow. Mom's Facebook post. Our darling grandkids. 50 pics of the twins. 0 of Lily. Alex held me as I stared.
Numb.
Maybe cut ties, he suggested. But I pushed for one last holiday. Lily deserves roots.
Now.
En route to our motel. Lily asleep after sobs. I grasped his wisdom. Families who shows up. Not shared DNA. Sometimes, collecting debts is the kindest cut. In my bag. Digitized proofs. Every transaction. Every plea. They'd mocked my claim. But I knew Western property laws inside out, loopholes for the patient. They'd learn who'd shaped me. A financier with grit. A mom shielding her child from echoes of my pain. I smiled into the dark. Alex's hand in mine.
They shouldn't have laughed.
The motel in Flagstaff became my strategy hub while Alex distracted Lily with hikes in the nearby canyons, salvaging scraps of holiday cheer. I spread my laptop and printouts across the queen bed, diving into reconnaissance like a pro. First principle in financial battles, map the terrain better than your foe. Public records were a click away, Arizona County Assessor online. The ranch on Red Rock Lane. Bought in '89 for $82,000. Now appraised at $280,000. Taxes paid. Courtesy of autopay I'd set in '09. But mortgage digs revealed cracks. Original loan cleared in '07. They'd thrown a luau I skipped for work. Second mortgage. '08. $90,000, the one I'd propped to dodge foreclosure. Then, glaring on screen, third lien. 16. $80,000 from Desert Fast Loans. A shady outfit. Hands frozen. I connected dots. 16. Post-mom's bills I'd covered. Timed with Megan's third boutique. The Desert Chic flop in Scottsdale. Paperwork screamed amateur. 13% interest. Erratic payments. Balance, $76,000. Principal barely dented. My phone buzzed, a Phoenix firm. Emily Carter? This is Laura from Southwest Legal Partners. You inquired about real estate acquisitions.
Yes.
I need experts in distressed mortgages.
Pause.
Specific. What's the angle?
Acquairinha residencial inquietly.
Owners are slipping on a predatory second. Understood. Meet tomorrow.
10 Uhr morgens.
Alex returned with Lily, who showed off a pinecone treasure from their trail. Her eyes still red-rimmed, but a spark returned. My tough explorer, I said. Dig up anything? Alex asked later. Lily doodling. Another loan. $80,000. Sky-high rate. Bet it fueled Megan's last venture. Lasted 5 months. He whistled. You're going through with it. Choices. Alex. They chose waste over wisdom. Exclusion over embrace. Every bailout was a fork they picked wrong. That night, post Lily's nightmare about Santa snub, I plotted. Arizona favored lean buys, distressed debt traded like stocks. Desert Fast would dump for 65 cents on the dollar to offload risk. Laura was sharp. Her office in downtown Phoenix, smelling of coffee and contracts. You want this mortgage via a shell entity. Then in forced terms. Yes. Why this one? Better flips out there. Personal. My folks' place.
Noblinek.
They don't know. Essential. We'll use a Nevada LLC. Proxy Communications. We formed Cactus Holdings that day, layers of obscurity. Laura contacted Desert Fast as a fund eyeing underperformers. Phase 2. Disrupt their cycle. They caught up annually on Dad's bonus in April. Lagged by July.
Ide accelerata.
Back in Seattle post-holidays. Normalcy soothed. Lily thrived in school. Alex's classes buzzed. But I monitored. Laura's update. Bought for $49,000. Anonymous transfer complete. Heart pounding. I instructed. Service normally 3 months. Then audit for default. Legal? Ironclad. Arizona's non-judicial foreclosure let lien holders act swiftly on breaches. No court drama if docs held. Guilt flickered. Nights. I'd stare at the ceiling, replaying ranch memories, chasing lizards in the yard. Dad teaching me stars by the fire pit. Mom's rare hugs after good grades. Then Lily's tears resurfaced. The casual banishment. Years of one-way support.
No.
This was justice. Humane in its precision, teaching consequences without violence. March, payments missed. Laura sent notices via proxy. Dad called once. Unrecognized number. Some company's harassing us about the loan. Handle it, I said coldly. Hanging.
Blocked.
By May. Default official. We filed intent to foreclose. 30-day cure or auction. The ranch hit listings as distressed. Bids trickled. I had Laura outbid anonymously, securing at $58,000. Ownership transferred to Cactus Holdings. Driving there alone. Key in hand. The ranch loomed smaller. Sun-baked. Inside. Echoes bounced off bare walls. They'd vacated early. Spiteful. Fixtures ripped. Paint patches where photos hung. My old room's door bore faded marker growth lines. Stopping at 11 when Megan arrived. Stealing spotlight. Her space? Freshly updated. Basement. Spray paint scrawl. Satisfied now. Photos snapped for records. Contractor arrived. Tom Hayes. Distressed property whiz. Full reno. Got it. Erase every trace. He eyed me. Timeline. Fall market. List by September. We toured. New kitchen by Mom's chili stains. Baths. Repairs. Neutral palette. These marks. He pointed. Sand away. By evening. Plan set. $85,000 revamp. Projected sale $340,000. Profit for Lily's future. Closing old wounds. Alex was thoughtful that night. Lily at a playdate. How'd it feel? Like reclaiming stolen time. Them, silent. Graffiti was their farewell. We sat under Seattle stars. His arm around me. Proud of you. Guilt eased. This wasn't destruction, it was rebirth. Renovations hummed through summer. Tom's updates. Walls down. Old tiles out. Each pick felt therapeutic. Stripping layers of neglect. The living room of my exile? Open concept now. Kitchen of slights? Modern oasis. By August. Transformed. Bright. Inviting. Staged for dreamers. But a twist brewed. An email from Laura. Your sister contacted us. Suspect's involvement. Wants to negotiate. Megan's voice on voicemail. If this is you, let's talk. We're crashing in a Mesa apartment. Dad's health shot. Mom's depressed. The twins miss their home.
Pause.
We messed up. Please. I froze. Revenge tasted ashier up close. Alex urged, hear them. Foreclosure.
We met al Phoenix Diner.
Megan looked worn.
No boutique flair. 1.
We know it's you behind the LLC. Trace through a neighbor. And, we're sorry. The holidays. Jealousy boiled over. You succeeded where I failed. And we punished you for it.
Tears.
Dad's bonus went to basics now. Mom cries daily. You laughed when I said I'd take it. Stupid pride. But losing everything. It's broken us. Something shifted. The humane path emerged, not total ruin, but redemption. I'll halt the sale. But conditions. Therapy for all. Include us equally. Repay what you can over time. Legal tweaks. I'd lease back at fair rent, with buyback option if they reformed. Arizona law allowed. Laura drafted. They agreed. First session. Raw truths aired. Dad admitted favoritism stemmed from his own failures. Mom confessed resenting my independence. Megan owned her entitlement. I shared hurts. Lily's pain. Slowly. Bridges mended. The therapy room in Sedona felt like a neutral zone. Sun streaming through windows onto circle chairs. The counselor a calm mediator named Dr.
Ruiz.
We'd started weekly after the diner meet. My condition for pausing the foreclosure sale. It wasn't easy, first session. Dad sat rigid. Arms crossed like he was guarding a corral. I don't see why we gotta air dirty laundry, he grumbled. Mom fidgeted with her turquoise ring. Eyes down. Megan shifted. Twins at a sitter. Alex held my hand. Lily played in the waiting area.
Dr.
Ruiz started gentle. Emily. Share why we're here. I breathed deep. Because for years, I poured everything into this family, money, time, love, only to be pushed out like a stranger on Christmas. Details spilled, the bailouts, forgotten stockings, Lily's tears. Mom winced. We appreciated it, she whispered. But it felt like charity, like we were failures. You were, I said, softer than intended. But I helped because I loved you. You repaid with exclusion. Megan jumped in. I was jealous. You escaped the desert, built something real. I kept failing, and they babied me. Dad finally spoke. I favored her 'cause she stayed close. Needed us. You didn't. Needing isn't love, Alex interjected. It's dependency. Sessions peeled layers. Dad revealed his construction layoff shame in '08. How my wire felt emasculating. Mom admitted projecting her unfulfilled dreams onto Megan, ignoring me as the strong one. I confessed resentment festering into revenge. Taking the ranch was legal payback, but it hollowed me.
Dr. Ruiz Nadid.
Revenge cycles pain. Redemption breaks it. By month 3. Shifts. Dad hugged Lily at a park outing, teaching her constellations like he once did me. Mom baked cookies for us.
No favorites.
Megan started a steady job, repaying $200 monthly. Legally. Laura structured humane terms. I retained title via Cactus Holdings but lease back at below market rent, $1, $200/month.
Covering my costs.
Arizona's landlord-tenant laws required clear leases. Ours included clauses for family counseling continuation and equal treatment. Default meant eviction. But with buyback path, they'd rebuild credit. Save for repurchase at fair value minus my investments. Clear. Fair, no ambiguity like their old loans. Lily warmed slowly. Nana's nicer now, she said after a visit, clutching a handmade bracelet. Alex cautioned. Watch for backslides, but progress held. Holidays approached. We planned neutral, a cabin in the Grand Canyon.
No ranch ghosts.
Let's make new traditions, I suggested. They agreed. Yet doubts lingered. Driving to therapy, I'd replay the banishment, wondering if change stuck. One session, Megan broke. I used the loans for my shops, knowing you'd cover fallout. Selfish. And now, I'm learning accountability. Dad added. We took you for granted. Won't again. Tears flowed. Hugs followed.
Dr.
Ruiz smiled. This is healing. By fall, the ranch felt less like a trophy, more a shared space. We renovated collaboratively. I funded basics. They chose colors. Neutral whites became warm terracottas, reflecting Southwest soul. Lily picked her room's decor, cactus prints. It's our second home, she beamed. But the lesson crystallized during a family hike. Dad slipped on loose gravel. I caught him. Thanks.
Eminencia.
For everything. In that moment, vulnerability bridged years. Family's not about owing, I said. It's choosing kindness daily. He nodded. Eyes misty. Christmas neared. No exclusions this time. We gathered at the ranch, stockings for all. Gifts thoughtful. Lily's ornament hung center.
Laukata rang genuine.
As we watched the sunset paint the rocks, Mom pulled me aside. We almost lost you. You did, I admitted. But we're rebuilding. Her hug lingered.
Real.
The humane pivot wasn't weakness, it was strength. Revenge could have ended us. Mercy taught growth. Legal clarity ensured boundaries. Therapy fostered empathy. We weren't perfect, but closer to whole. Spring brought more. Megan's job promotion. Dad's health check clean. Repayment steady. I eased lease terms, crediting toward buyback. Laura praised. Smart. Protects while allowing grace. Lily's school project. My family tree. She drew branches for all. Noting. Sometimes trees bend but don't break. Wise beyond years. Alex and I, walking Seattle's rainy streets, reflected. Proud, he asked. Of us all. The western sunsets in my mind glowed warmer. Symbols of renewal. Yet one night, a call from an old neighbor. Mrs. Lopez. Saw the ranch lights on again. Your folks look happier. We all are. Good on you. Mija. Not everyone chooses forgiveness. Hanging up. Peace settled. The drama's edge softened into humanity. As summer heat returned, we planned a ranch barbecue, first joint since the fallout. Invites to extended kin.
No secrets.
Owner story, Dad said. Megan helped cook. Twins played with Lily. Laughter echoed off canyons. In quiet moments, I'd journal. The revenge impulse was human. But redirecting to redemption? Transformative. The lesson light but profound. Family fractures heal when we choose repair over ruin. The barbecue under the Arizona stars marked a turning point. The ranch yard strung with lights like fireflies against the dark mesas. Relatives trickled in, aunts from Tucson, cousins from Vegas, whispers of our saga buzzing like cicadas. But we owned it. Dad raised a toast by the fire pit. We stumbled bad.
Folks.
Pushed away our own. But Emily showed grace we didn't deserve. Here's to second chances. Glasses clinked. Awkwardness melted into stories. Laughter. Lily chased fireflies with cousins. Her joy infectious. Megan pulled me aside by the grill. Thanks for this. I was scared it'd be tense. It could have been, I admitted. But hiding fractures just deepens them. Legally, things solidified. Laura filed amendments. Lease extended 2 years. Buyback accelerated if repayments hit milestones. Arizona's real estate codes demanded transparency. We disclosed my ownership to kin, quashing rumors. No more shadows. Therapy continued biweekly.
Dr. Ruiz guiding deeper dives.
One session unpacked childhood. Why favor Megan? I asked. Mom sighed. You were independent early. Like I wished I'd been. Megan needed me more, it fed my ego. Dad nodded. And I projected my regrets, stuck in construction, while you soared. Insights hurt but healed. I internalized it as unworthiness, I shared. Fueled the revenge. Understandable, Dr. Ruiz said. But you've pivoted to empathy. Daily life wove us tighter. Weekend visits. Dad and Alex hiked, bonding over eco-talks. Mom taught Lily Southwest recipes.
No exclusions.
Megan and I shopped in Phoenix, her confessing boutique failures.
I chased glamour to mask insecurity.
We all chase something, I replied.
Now.
Build real. She enrolled in business classes, using repayments as tuition. Lily flourished, her questions evolving. Why did Nana laugh that Christmas? Hurt people hurt others.
Sweetie.
But they can change. Like us. Exactly. Her resilience inspired. School reports praised her kindness, echoing our lesson. Fall brought challenges. A drought strained Dad's work. Payments lagged. Old me would have enforced default. Instead, I paused collections. Use this to rebuild, I said. They did. Dad side-hustled repairs. Mom sold crafts online. By winter, caught up. Trust deepened. Holidays again, we alternated, Thanksgiving in Seattle. Christmas at the ranch. No slights, gifts equal. Stories shared. Lily's letter to Santa. Thanks for bringing family back. Tears pricked as I read it. But redemption wasn't linear. Megan relapsed once, snapping during stress. You always play hero. Therapy unpacked her fear of independence. I'm here to support, not save, I clarified. Apologies followed, growth resumed. Spring, they hit buyback threshold. Laura prepped transfer. Proud, she asked. It's not about owning. It's freeing us all. Signing day in her office. Emotions swirled. Dad shook my hand. You taught us worth isn't in walls. Mom hugged tight. Our daughter. The wise one. Title reverted. Cactus holdings dissolved. Post-transfer. The ranch felt theirs again. But bonds ours. We visited often.
No ownership strings.
Lily called it our desert home. Alex noted, this ending's better than revenge. Indeed, humane. Teaching forgiveness tempers justice. Summer vacation. Canyon camping. Around the fire. Dad shared regrets. I laughed to mask pain. Saw the forgiven, I said. Lesson. Choose words carefully, they echo. Light, but lasting. Years blurred. Megan thrived in a stable shop. Dad retired content. Mom volunteered. Lily, teen now, reflected, that Christmas shaped us, for better. The drama scars faded, replaced by resilient ties. In Seattle rains, I'd smile at ranch photos. Revenge tempted, but humanity won. The light lesson, redemption redeems everyone. As the years rolled like tumbleweeds across the desert, the ranch stood as a testament not to conquest, but to quiet transformation. Lily, now 14, bounded through its doors during summers. Her laughter mingling with the twins, now teens themselves. No longer pawns in old favoritisms. Megan's boutique evolved into a chain of eco-friendly stores. Her repayments complete, turned into investments we co-managed.
Dad.
With his weathered hands, built a greenhouse, symbolizing growth from arid soil. Mom's crafts became a local hit. Her spirit revived. Therapy tapered to as needed.
Dr.
Ruiz's words echoing. Healing isn't erasure, it's integration. We integrated scars into strength. One anniversary of the fateful Christmas. We gathered by the fire pit. Remember when? Dad chuckled ruefully. Worst mistake. Best lesson, I countered. Showed us families a choice. Daily. Mom nodded. We chose wrong. Then right. Lily added, it's like the canyons. Erosion carves beauty. Wise kid. Legally. Closure came clean. Full title transfer.
Nolins lingering.
Arizona courts stamped it final. Laura sent congrats. Model case of restorative justice. No drama shadow, just clear paths. Challenges persisted. Life's monsoon. Dad's health scare. We rallied. My finance know-how navigating insurance. No one-sided bailouts. Megan's business dip. Collective brainstorming. Equal input. Bonds tested. Held. In Seattle. Alex and I thrived, his research published. My firm promoted me to partner. Lily's art won awards. Her pieces depicting desert reconciliations. Inspired by us, she said. A quiet evening. Stargazing at the ranch. Dad pulled me aside. You could have ruined us. Why mercy? Revenge burns out. Forgiveness endures.
Plus.
Lily deserved whole roots.
He hugged me.
Proud father, finally. The humane rewrite wasn't easy. Old hurts resurfaced in dreams. But waking to Alex's smile, Lily's hugs, grounded me. The drama's thrill faded, peace prevailed. Holidays now, blended, joyous.
No forgotten stockings.
Just shared stories. Last Christmas, gifts included a family tree sculpture, branches intertwined.
No outliers.
Reflecting, the light lesson crystallized, betrayal stings. But responding with measured justice and open-hearted redemption mends more than it breaks. We didn't erase the past, we transcended it. In the western sun's glow, our story closed not in vengeance, but vitality. The ranch, once a battleground, became a haven. And I, once the outcast, found I was the anchor all along.